Hello, and welcome back to Fallout 2. Today I said we were going to be going to Modoc to deal with what's going on there. So without further ado, now there is something else that we can find up here somewhere, but we'll save that for another time. Maybe if I do some post-game recordings. Sorry, this train post is closed indefinitely due to the drought. I'm new here. What can you tell me about this town? Well then, welcome to Modoc. My name's Joe, and I run this here train post. We don't have much, just a few farms, a slaughterhouse, Rose's B&B, and a tannery. Just enough to produce goods to trade, although that could all change with this drought. Ask you for more questions? What can I do for you? I'm looking for a certain item, and I was wondering if you might be able to help me locate it. Well, spit it out. I can't help you if you don't tell me what you're looking for, and I sure ain't gonna stand here and try and guess what you're looking for. I'm looking for the Holy Gek. Oh, you're in luck. I just happen to know where it is. I guess we have some business to discuss after all. What do you want for this information? Ah, yes, what I want. If you haven't noticed, our little farming community is experiencing one of its worst droughts ever. The rainy season was unusually short this year, and our crops are dead or dying from lack of water. To put it bluntly, our community is on the verge of withering away with our crops. You know I can't make it rain, right? No, of course not. I wouldn't ask you to do something as impossible as that. You really can't make it rain, can you? No, of course you can't, anyway. Like I was saying, we're in trouble and we could use your help. Okay, I'm listening. There's a farm at the outskirts of town where no farms should be. Some years back it just appeared out of nowhere. Are you saying that this farm just sprung up overnight? Yeah, right. A bunch of us were out hunting when we noticed the new farm, but that wasn't the strange thing. Soon after, some of us got together to visit our new neighbour, and we discovered there wasn't anybody there. Go on. After many months of trying to contact the owners with no success, we decided that farm must have been abandoned soon after it was built, so instead of letting the crops rot in the fields, young Carl moved in. That's when things got bad. Carl started to tell stories of seeing strange glowing figures tending the crops and feeding the animals at night. We all laughed him, thinking he was making up stories, and one day Carl stopped going into town. What happened to him? Did you look for him? Of course we did. We went up there since we suspected something was wrong. He starts to tremble violently, the horror. Bodies strewn everywhere. Some crucified while others were left to rot out in the sun. I still wake up screaming in the middle of the night from the horrible images I saw that day. So let me guess, you want me to go to the farm and find out what happened? Normally I just leave that cursed place be, but for some reason the crops at this farm are still flourishing despite the drought. We'll starve if we don't get food soon. Will you help us rid the farm of these ghosts? Sure, what do I get out of this? In return for helping us, I'll tell you where we can find what you seek. Okay. Show me where the ghost farm is. And just for the record, I'm not making him cut off his finger. Okay. It's giving us the farm's location. And here we go, ghost farm. Yeah, you may be thinking, glowing ones? But no, they're not. Surrender or die. I surrender. Please let me apologize for the unpleasant circumstances under which we meet. Normally the protectors would have tried to scare you off. Usually rattling chains and some low moaning is enough to scare anybody off, but recently they've been instructed to bring any surface dwellers they find to me. What do you want of me? A simple request. We need to make contact with the town to the southwest. I believe it is Modoc. Would you do us this favor? I have some questions. Fair enough. I wouldn't expect anyone to blindly accept tasks from strangers. But first learning a little about them. Ask you questions and answer to the best I can. Tell me about your people. Once long ago, we were once like the surfacers. We too dwelled above ground until the world above caught fire. Our ancestors, who were part of a secret militia, sealed themselves and their families down here for their protection. For generations we remained safely hidden within the womb of Mother Earth. Why the big ghost charade on the surface? Years ago, someone tried to take over our farm, harvesting crops and stealing animals they had no right to. We are not a violent people by nature, but something had to be done. Our survival at the time depended on those crops. That's when we came up with the ghost idea, smearing ourselves with glowing fungus. We were able to scare away this person and any other noisy neighbours. Fortunately, this has been a little too effective, as we've been seeking to make contact with the surfacers, but no one comes to the farm anymore for fear of the ghosts. Luckily, you dropped by. Why don't you send one of your own people to deliver the message? Since the sealing, we as a people have changed. Few can bear to be on the surface because they are not used to having the black sea of nothingness above them. The sensation of falling upward is so great for them that they lie frozen, clutching the ground. But that is not the main reason. All of us cannot stand the bright light of that which you call the sun. Living underground for so long has made our eyes too sensitive to light. We cannot travel far from the safety of our homes beneath the ground. Sure, I'll carry your message. I knew you would understand. Here is a message relaying our request. Please take it to Modoc and give it to the person in charge. Return here when your task is complete. I will tell the protectors to expect your return. Thank you for doing us this service. Probably shouldn't have asked that last question. Alright, now let's see if I can remember the way out of here. No, that's our water supply. Now I want to get the good ending for these guys. Okay, yeah. So this is gonna have to be our way out. You're back. What did you find out about the farm? I have a message for you from the leader of the Slags. Slags? Who are they? What's this? This is incredible. They've been living underground all this time, so they say they're willing to trade food for medical supplies and other stuff. I don't know if they can be trusted. After all, they killed Carl and all those other people. What do you think? All those bodies are fake. Nothing but dummies covered in Brahmin innards. They just wanted to keep you from stealing their crops. Fake, but I saw the bodies with my own eyes. In any case, Carl's still missing. Yeah, how do they explain that? I won't trust them until I'm certain they are on the up and up. They said that the person that moved in some years ago left suddenly. Carl wouldn't do that. They probably killed him. No, until I find out what happened to Carl, I don't think we can trust them. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but we're going to have to take over their farm. It's either us or them. No, wait, let me try and find out what happened to Carl. There must be an explanation for his disappearance. I'll give you 1 month. Find out what you can about Carl. If you don't come back within that time, I'll mobilize the residents of Modoc and we'll take the farm by force. Okay. 1 month. Don't do anything rash until then. I'll be back. Now we've got a time limit. But luckily, we have a car. Don't do that! It's not exactly a full tank, but it'll be good enough. And look, Carl. What's your story? Hold on. There's a trick to this. Try going back to Modoc. There's a drunkard in the den who matches Carl's description. Says he used to be a farmer too. The den? I guess we were a little hard on him. I can imagine what he went through at the ghost farm with nobody believing him and all. Say he's a drunkard now at the den? If you could give him the message that we believe him and he should come home, I would be most appreciative. Now will you talk to the leader of the Slags? Yes, I believe the Slags and the people of Modoc will be able to come to some kind of mutually beneficial agreement. Thank you for saving the people of Modoc. Basically he lied, but we've already got the Gek anyway. Sitting in the boot of our car. Or I guess as you Yanks say, the trunk. Alright. On to the den, and then we'll head to New Reno. See if we can talk to him. There we go. Yep, there's one for the ghost farm. Anyway, we'll be heading down to New Reno. Actually, quick stop at the ghost farm. Where are we? And then New Reno. That guy that ran away had the right idea. Sorry, lass. Well, at least you're not a pile of goo. Well, it's... Oh god, I forgot he has big guns. There we go. Okay, let's go.